Alright, first and foremost, we give all praises, say Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, the brother and the apostles and GMS, the elders, and salutations to all the brothers, the confusion of faces, and do this work in sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. Right, this is GMS Trinidad Camp, joined up with GMS Guyana, who also in Trinidad, right? It's just an impromptu, you know, the brothers was coming together, right? So it's a little impromptu, we're on the street. We're on the street, we going to fellowship, you know, scripture say how good it is when brethren dwell together in unity, right? Because we know that we have the understanding that this thing is more than the Lord building churches, because each camp is a church, right? But the Lord is building a nation, the house of David, right? This is what's being done, so we can, right? Because we come together and we sing psalms, you know. We bring psalms, we bring a scripture, we speak holiness, right? So we came together, and this topic was motivated in just that we were talking about. Esau searching out the things of the nation of Israel, right? So, but as I can. Sorry, as our gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, give me Psalm 64.
Psalm 64 verse 6.
Well, basically, we really talking about 64 and 6, right? So basically, we was talking about, like the brother said, yeah, it's just searching out, you know, the things that we do, you know, searching out the sin of our people and his people too. But the righteous man, he wouldn't find our iniquity, because we do the will of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Psalm 64 verse 6. They search out iniquity.
They search out iniquity, right? And the iniquity that they search out is unnated, right? We are the target, we are the main target for Esau and these other nations, right? Go ahead.
They accomplish a diligent search.
Yeah, and that diligent search is come by using the internet. You know, like if you click on like search and you search like, let me say house, you know, they start to send you video on house, pictures on house, and you come off of that website. Let me say you come off of Chrome and you go on Explorer. They continue to send you the same pictures or car, whatever you're looking at, right? Hey, even to pornography. You know, because that's one of the main things they use now to target us as men.
So like, if I may interject, and they give you a perfect example of that in the movie Ex Machina, right? Where they worker in the company, in the computer company, right? He was searching up porn on his break time or whenever, and the CEO was checking him out, and he built basically a robot to seduce him based on the trend of his searches, what he would like, the color eyes, the color hair, the body shape, and he built a fucking android to seduce him, and he was seduced, right? And he showed him that, well, the show was that he won a competition to go on the island and meet with the CEO, the chief executive officer, on his private resort. And when he went there, you know, he didn't know what to expect, and he was introduced to the woman and whatnot, and being seduced by the robot, even so much so that he fell in love with the robot, knowing that she was a robot, right? So Esau is that cunning. The scripture in Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Let me just get that real quick. Genesis chapter 3.
Yeah.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, real quick. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, had power said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And and he said unto the woman, had power said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Right? Yeah, so that every beast of the field, these other nations, right? He was the most cunning, because a serpent is the most High uses as an allegoric way of describing a man, right? And he also called these other nation beasts, because what, they wasn't walking upright, they didn't have the laws.
Yeah.
He only gave the laws to Adam and Eve, right? So hey, going back to it is they searching us out, they subtle. Right? They learning their enemy. They know us to be their enemy, but Jake don't know them to be our enemies. right? The so-called white man. Go ahead,
Yeah, you have a precept?
Yeah, this is Psalms 10 verse 8. He sitteth in the looking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Yeah, and if I may add to what you're saying, he did catch the poor. But go ahead, when you finish, I'm gonna answer. No, don't continue. What he said, he catch the poor, and they're talking about us. You know? Because what? He's searching us out diligently. That's why today they could point out who is the man of the Lord from who is the tutor. You understand? Because the men of GMS and you have all the camps out there too, out in the street doing this work diligently for Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. They could pick us out, and this is how they can put some of us to death, and use our family and threaten us. But hey, what did Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai say? Right? Don't afraid none of these things that should come upon you.
That's right.
But endure.
That's why when you go to 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter verse, around the 70th verse, it will say that there will be a great insurrection against the men of the Lord. There's a back of what it was saying now. Because they already marked and know who they coming from. Alright? That's why that insurrection is in process planning. But the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, our work at the finished force. The famine of the war had to go out. And then they would come down. But for now, until then, they can't do us none. But whatever they do, they're doing it for the truth. And it is all written.
That's what precepts say real quick. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
And the devil know it. Because look at them, they come against us. And by what? By sending us these they snare, they trap. Through the internet. The scripture says we are not ignorant to your devices. You understand? So we know what's going on.
Right? This is Psalms 91, Psalm 91. Right? Because you're saying that you're saying that they can't do us nothing until our work is completed, right? So Psalm 91 verse 1, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So once we doing the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and he said use the word but don't abuse the word, once you use it in righteousness, right, with that proper temperance, hey, the Most High gonna exempt us from whatever judgment that they have. Right? Because the scripture said the Lord is merciful. Right? It says, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Right? Surely he shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. So hey, Esau is the fowler and the snare is the trap, because they use the internet, right? How they use it, how they trapping us. They have one way in a police state where there's cameras everywhere. They show you that in umpteen movies, right? The God's Eye, they show it in Fast and Furious as the God's Eye. The Big Brother is watching you in Persons of Interest. That was a cable series. Minority Report, all these different things they show you, they tell on themselves, the scripture says, right? But it's a snare, right? They use the internet, they use the devices, they now call them smart devices. Right? So what? Wind it down.
You could see that.
Alright, come. Right? So so it's a trap. It's a trap where they call everything what? The smart devices. On the smart devices, what they do? On the smart devices, what they do? They check trends. They collect metadata. That metadata, that is why if you might search something and then when you check it back on your home feed, they start to send you things based upon your past search, previous search.
Correct.
Something that they might advertise something, flash it across the screen, right? And once they have flash it across the screen and you click on it, hey, here we see they catch you right there. You're interested. You saw that fucking serpent, that subtile devil, right? That's what they're about. They're about that they're about that subtlety, right? They all praise and say, "Our worship, our shot, we invaded these devils, right? These Roman soldiers, right? These officers, right? Yeah, not really invaded, but we didn't do nothing, but we work on the Lord process, right?
It's be at peace with the enemy.
Yeah, the adversary. Agree with that adversary quickly. That is discretion. The scripture in Proverbs said, discretion preserve thee. Yeah, discretion preserve thee. Right? So, agree with that adversary quickly. Go ahead.
Continue.
Continue in Psalms 10. Reading at verse 10. It said, he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the bow may fall by his strong ones. He had said in his heart, power had forgotten me. He hideth his face, he will never see it.
Because he said that the Most High forget thee, because he's saying that whatever he's doing is moving smoothly. You know, everything going smooth, everything nice, no interruption. That's why the Lord said in Psalms 64, 66, the 7th verse, suddenly shall they be wounded. You know, they suddenly the Most High gonna come down on them.
Okay.
You know?
If I could say something real quick, I say he humbled himself. Because what you say, nah, forget that racism thing. You know? All of these one. The scripture say, though they join hand in hand.
Yes, sir. This is Psalms 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance.
And that's what they're doing in the scripture too as well. You understand? That's what they're doing. Because if you read, jump up to 5, right? Psalm 64 and 5. Right? Look what they say.
Say they encourage themselves in an evil matter.
An evil matter. The Most I call it evil matter. Continue.
They say they commune of laying snares privily. Go ahead. They say who shall see them.
Right, they're saying who shall see them. They think they're doing this thing privately. But guess what? The Most High Yahweh have eyes on them. Now, the scripture also call them brutal beasts. Give me Psalms 94 and 8. Right? The Most High call them brutal beasts. And they're saying that the Most High would not see them. Read what you have there, anybody?
It says Psalms 94 verse 8. Understand, ye brutish,
right?
Ye brutish among the people.
Right, they're brutish, right? You're a beast. If you don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, you consider as a beast. You understand? Brutish beast. Continue.
And ye fools, when will ye be wise?
Go ahead.
He that planted the air, shall he not hear? He that formed the eye, shall he not see?
You see? So they are brutish. They're stupid. You understand? I'm more there, bring it out.
It says, he that chastised the heathen shall not eat correct.
Yeah, so the Most High gonna correct you all in your own wickedness.
And that's why the Most High is calling them fools, ye fools.
Because now even they through the internet they telling on themselves.
Correct.
Their own devices now is falling upon them, it's being used against them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have a quick one. This is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power of their hand.
Because the Most High gave them the power to practice these things. You know what I mean?
The internet. In their power. They control the internet. They created, I think it was David Rothschild that said what? The worst thing ever created was the internet.
You
understand?
Why? Because now the internet people is beginning to use the internet against the higher powers, which is the elites, right? You know.
So that that's what they should show you all the most side bad. Most I say you wicked, I gonna turn your wickedness against
you.
You know, the most I deceive them.
God.
You know, because right now they think, like the scriptures say, they're moving smooth, everything going smooth. Most I deceive them with their own wickedness.
Yeah, so that if I may say something, because just a point it out, because they created the internet to ensnare us, keep us sedated, but the Most High reveal his name, our heritage, our history through their device.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Most I bad.
Yeah, most I bad like that. You know?
Hey, the scripture says the Most High is a terrible power, you know.
God.
They're the king of terror,
You know what I mean?
You think he's a gangster, the Most High gonna gangster
man, when you use the internet to look at us, the Most High turn around and wake up a lot of brothers too. That's why the scripture say you can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
But for the
you know?
God.
The Most I say I would curse them, not curse thee.
God.
Bless them, not bless thee. And that's what the Most I doing, because they curse us. And they want to bring down all these diseases and you know, psychological warfare to destroy, make we a laughing stock.
Right, on Jake, God.
You know? So the Most I say, you want to curse us, curse you.
God.
That curse that you put upon us, Most I turn it into a blessing.
God.
Because like the brother said, we get our heritage, the name of our power.
That's right.
You know, we actually find our life back.
Hey, it came through the internet.
God.
So that same curse that you Esau, that you push on our people, and some of our people, because a lot of our people, they sell out themselves through the internet. They, from the time they wake up in the morning, they put out all the business on the internet. So now, through this information that they're putting out, you getting to find out our people. But hey, guess what? The Most I turn it around on you. That a lot of men will be raised up through that same device that you depend on.
Yeah.
You know, through the Spirit.
Yeah. What? And just to back up everything that you are saying, because the Most High is the king of terror, right? Look what they say. The Most High create this. Yeah, you could bring that if you want that. The Most High create this internet, put it in your hands, and you using it for evil, Esau, and you are the nations, right? And guess what? The Most High say, "What? I'm gonna accomplish my work." With this internet, with your work, what you think claiming is your handiwork, right? Now, have a precept?
Again, Job 18, I'm going to start from 13.
Alright, before you bring that, somebody give me Matthew 24, quick. Matthew 24 and 13. Right, because this is how we accomplish his work.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, same shall be saved.
Same shall be saved. Read on.
And the gospel of the kingdom shall
be what?
And the gospel of the kingdom.
The kingdom, go ahead.
Right, shall be preached in all the world.
So how it's being preached? It's being preached through the internet.
God.
You understand? This is how we get this gospel.
God.
Through the internet, through the power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right? For a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
So Esau, as soon as this gospel reach out to the end of the earth, your kingdom gone done.
Yeah, kingdom is over.
Right? That your wealth, everything is going to be translated from one nation to our next, from one people to our next people.
That's right.
Right? Which Esau, you are the ending of the world, and Jacob is the beginning. You understand?
Yeah. Curtain closed, everybody shut the fuck up. Your kingdom done.
God.
You know, this is Job 18 verse 30. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. And who is that? That's Yahweh Shai. He is the firstborn. He conquer your system. He shut down your flesh. You know, because he is the king.
Yep.
Right? His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle. You know, that confidence that you get at, you know, you get Jake where you want them to be. Hey, this is your system, this is your world. You know, you can't touch our spirit. Only Yahweh Hashem try to do that. So if you want this flesh, come for this flesh. Do whatever you have to do with this flesh. You know, they say, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Come.
That said it all day. The king of terrors.
The king of terrors. Yeah, you've seen before.
Yeah,
with that we give what praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, salutations to the brothers that preach this truth in sincerity, because the four corners of the earth, you know, fight that good fight, and stay strong.
And to the men that suffering and enjoying. You know what I mean? In sincerity and in truth.
Yeah, this thing is for the faithful and not for the weak and for the hearted. Scripture say if your faith in the day of adversity, hey, your strength is small. Right? So, you know, we have been striving for the for the truth until blood as yet. Right? So, you know, it's not much. All this thing is, hey, think about all these 2/3 and these heathens that are wrong about it, there's pieces of shit. Right? They have no value. There was that one drop that fall from the vessel. Right? So they're not on void. So don't even let them stress you out. You know, just keep it moving. You just keep focus on the price at hand. Press towards the price at hand, not 1 pence. The entrance into the kingdom. Right? And pray for all the brothers that we sincerely do pray for all the brothers that immature in your understanding. Pray that the Most High bring it to that maturity, that for you to know that the only thing that matters is to serve Him in spirit and in truth and sincerity. We say it in all the greetings to the sincere brothers. Right? Let's do it in sincerity. Put the pettiness and the emotions aside. Let's get the sincerity to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? With all your might. Shalom.
Shalom.